Hello and welcome back to Let's Build the 200 Subscribers Special. Today I'll be starting to do some of the kind of the mission um, setups as well as fine-tuning the American carrier formation. I did a little messing around just to make sure I would at least have an idea of what I was doing coming in here. So first thing actually that I want to do is... Alright, how do I select a group now? Because lately the group still exists, but it hasn't been letting me select it. So they must have changed that maybe? Let's see, where is that? Oh, you know what? Was it a map setting? Yeah, I might have changed the map setting. Data blocks, data links. Where was it? Maybe it was under game options. Map display. Ghosted sonobuoys. NATO symbols, obviously. Where is... I swear there would... View. It's gotta be under view, right? No? I swear... Oh, here, switch to group view. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the spacing for these to about 8 nautical miles. Seems fine. So just kind of fingering it here on my excuse me. Actually, be nice. I don't think I have a ruler on me. There's one near me, but I'm not going to get up and get it. Actually, this screwdriver is the perfect length, so I can use that as kind of a measurement tool. So, oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. So we're gonna have the destroyer out front. Relative bearing. That is new station. Oh, it didn't click off right. Alright. Alright. And what I'm gonna do is the cruiser here, I'm going to set half distance. So that way the cruiser can kind of provide support for... Come on, let me... Why is it not? Okay, that's getting annoying. Here we go. Really? Oh man. There we go. I don't know why the M key wasn't working. It normally does. So we're gonna switch him up there and change his station that I have to click twice. There we go. Oh, maybe? Oh, you know what? Okay, I think I see what was happening is it was selecting the station, which doesn't respond to the move command. So I think that's what was going on. Take my measurement. There we go. Set his relative bearing. There we go. There we go. He needs to be closer. Wait. No, that's actually right. Okay. Alright, so we'll set Joseph Clancy. For a second I looked at that, I'm like, what? Tom Clancy? Alright, so we'll set my reasoning for the spacing, and I think real carrier battle groups might space out further than this even. But my reasoning for this is this kind of lets units support each other when it comes to close in point defense. So if a missile gets really close to the battle group, you know, they can launch a Sea Sparrow missile, or even possibly, maybe not quite a rolling airframe missile, but at least a Sea Sparrow missile. And then, of course, the cruiser has a laser, so we'll want to keep them relatively close to the carrier. What actually is the what is the range of this even? 10 nautical miles. So in theory, we could have it out to like 8 nautical miles. But and then what's rolling airframe? When it first came out, I think it was like a 2-kilometer range, something like that. Where are we at now? 10 nautical miles. Okay. I just remember in Fleet Command, it was just super short range. Like it felt like it was barely longer than the 20mm cannons. All right, so now let me keep that in the same line, and you probably should be there, which is a little off, I think. Yeah, according to this, it should be. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Is these guys I'm gonna do a little differently and have them move. If I can select them. Now the bearing thing shouldn't be an issue for this guy. I don't know why it's still messing up there. But for these guys, I'm actually just going to do the 8 miles straight down from the carrier and then 8 miles to the right, which is actually a little bit further. But I think that'll be all right. There we go. And now, and again, if you're wondering how I'm doing this, I'm using a tiny screwdriver to make these measurements because it just so happened to fit the measurement bar. Now I know using Lua scripting you can actually place these coordinates exactly, but I know nothing about Lua. So I will be doing a little Lua scripting actually today, just because it's part of some of the trigger conditions that I want to set up. So I'll be trying to experiment with a little Lua scripting. But for this, I think manual placement is going to be good enough still. Not perfect. Like, obviously, I don't think these guys are perfectly aligned with each other in the carrier like I would prefer. But it's good enough. It's not going to... This formation isn't, like, so exact that it's going to fail if if someone's out of position. Actually, I'm just curious. So that's... Okay, so I will be moving... Okay, one last change to these guys. A little further out than I would like. So if I can select them, Oh, come on. Oh, what did that do? Why did the... Oh, I guess the map's just being freaky or something. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. I do want to move him a little bit closer to the carrier because I do want them in that 10 nautical mile range. That should be good enough. All right. And now if I put him roughly there, probably looks like I gotta bring him down a bit. Maybe there. And maybe even move him out a little bit more. Because that's going to be, then that's intersecting 1/2 and 1/4. This is intersecting, move this guy in a little bit actually. And that's about 1/2 and 1/4. So there we go. That should put the carrier within maximum range of the of their weapons at least, which might not be that helpful, but it's still something. Especially since when these guys turn tail, they're going to be covering the retreat of the carrier. So if the weapons have to go through them first, that gives, by putting the carrier at the far end of that range, that would give them some time to intercept them. So I'm satisfied with that. Alright, so just fine-tuning things a little more. I think this guy can just move a squeak over. And then the supply ship, we're just going to move south about there. There we go. There we go. So I think I'm pretty satisfied with that formation now. It gives them a little more coverage and flexibility. You can see how the radar range expands out a bit, at least at altitude. So now what I want to do, obviously we're going to, all right, I need to see the ghosted members for this to work. So what we're going to do is we are going to set the formation lead to be another, so this is going to be 12 miles ahead of the lead ship. So the submarines are going to be out a bit further. There we go. And what is that? What are you? I want you to go away. I don't know what you are, but delete. Alright, so where do I want to put you? Probably something like here, right? Cover. We'll put it abreast with the destroyer here. Give or take. There we go. Oh, you can. Oh my God, can you? Oh, did I have the inverted V? Not how I. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I didn't realize this was column wedge, first line diamond. Okay, so we'll just disable that, but that's cool. So it looks like they've automated some of the. I'll have to keep note of that for the future, but it looks like they automated some of the placement functions there. Again, I think we're just going to put him there and set his station bearing there. You're the leader, so you are the station bearer of stations. And then there we go. That looks pretty good. I think the only change I'll make is slightly tweaking that Burke. Make it more straight now that we got a zoomed out view. Likewise, I'm going to tweak midway and actually draw it a little bit closer. Because, again, since they won't be in the... Wait, did I think I changed the station for them. Yeah, okay. All right, that worked. It even though the formation editor showed the I almost said Los Angeles Battlegroup, the Virginia Battlegroup, it still did the proper edits. All right, so let me just check. Yeah, to me it looked a little lopsided. It's probably I don't want to move him because I think he's a little closer to the left. Gotta go in the editor. I wish. Hopefully this time it'll let me. Okay, there we go. That seems to be good enough for government work. Yeah, I just needed to center him a little more because otherwise it looked like he was that this guy was further out, and he's not really. They're actually pretty. He is a little further out. His detection range only goes right up to the carrier, whereas his is a little back. Come on. There we go. There we go. That's like perfect right there. Maybe he could be up a little more, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, so I think we got our formation set. So now the next thing I need to do is actually make a reference zone. So go up here, add reference points. So let's add one there. 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 And there. So now if I select these, come on, there we go. Hopefully it does it right, because it tries to make a polygon based on the order you select them. Alright, so C control. All right, so it looks like that worked. So we'll delete that mission. But what we will do now is if we go into the mission editor screen where we just were, you can see this shows all of the available platforms for your site. And this is a way to quickly make, excuse me, to make missions. Well, that's satellites, land units, aircraft, ships, and I think ships include subs. So if we just drop it down to here, we can assign these. Well, first we need to add a mission. So this will be, we're going to call it Taiwan Freedom of Navigation Role. Now the activation time is going to be 6:12, and we'll have it deactivate at 6:14. It's going to deactivate before that, obviously. We're going to set it to be a sea control patrol. And now we can assign units to this order. Oh, come on, come on. So, let's see. I need a bigger window. What are you trying to tell me? Why is the window a fixed size? Especially on like a 4K monitor, I should be able to see. Well, what I can do is we have this other nifty screen, the operation planner. Which you can kind of edit things from here. So we'll set this to 14. Maybe that's the problem. Waiting for trigger. We'll say triggered. Alright, that just brings us back here. Takeoff time, time on target, scrub mission if side is human. Flight plan editor. Alright, ooh, we can give them a home base, and actually what I will do is just to give them a point for reference, I will have I'm going to assign the Philippine capital, Manila, as their home base. So let's see. Let's set facility port. Single unit port in there. Alright, close enough. What? Even though the satellite here, elevation 10 feet. Yeah, the sat imagery doesn't line up perfectly with the with the actual geometry that's in the simulation. As you can see, like this is, well, that's decent, but you can see here where there's water, it's still 10 feet. Depth 16. Goes from a depth of 16 to an elevation of 10 really quickly, but even, where was it? It was somewhere on land, and it was like, no, that's water. But I'm looking around and it looks like it's all the land is land, actually. Oh, maybe it was just less precise at a higher altitude or something, higher camera altitude. But now we can go back to the mission editor, and we can give you the single unit port as your home base, which it looks like Come on. Do I have to select these guys? Do I have to make it enabled? Da da da. Let's just make it base. Oh, expeditionary space. That's kind of cool. Oh, they have fobs. That's interesting. Are they just four tomahawks? Okay, so they don't really include anything. They have watchtowers. You'd have to add other sensors manually. Likewise, the expeditionary advanced base, which they say. Okay, now this is more like a main operating base because of all the. They have a vehicle. There's some integrated radars and protective systems. All right. Okay, well, that's interesting. Oh, we gotta change the heading on this guy. Because you can see this area is supposed to be, that arc is supposed to be the area that's considered part of the base. No, there's a specific, here, set orientation. There we go. All right, task on mission. I really wish I could make that bigger. There, oh, okay. Status active, phase triggered. So that's why it was. Oh, why is it? Do I have to, like, I don't know. Was that something I had to do in mission setup? Let's go to the operation manager. Units in zone. All right, so. All right, so this is where. Oh, I actually got it. All right. Cancel. I do have a pop-up that showed up on my other monitor for some reason. So submarine was assigned to mission phone op, which includes radar EM com active. Because the submarine is set to inherit the setting and to avoid radiating at periscope or shallow depth, the submarine will override this EM com directly and switch to passive instead. If you do indeed wish for the submarine to radiate, you must manually enforce this EM com. Okay, well that's nice. That's actually what I want, is submarines to be quiet, ships can be loud to show they're there. Why isn't this working? It still says none. And it should say over here. Sign base none, yeah. Okay, let's see. Can we do a, just for the whole group, that unit fuel quantity? Okay, we can unassign units, scenario editor. Is it under docking operations? No. That's for onboard stuff. There is a somewhere I know you can set the home base. Because I've used it on aircraft before, or I've at least seen it used on aircraft before, where you can tell them, to land somewhere else. Da, da, da. Not under unit actions. No comm, that's fine. Um, oh, they look a little confused. They're probably trying to. Is this scenario running? Oh, it is. Oops. Well, you know what? I'll let it run for a little bit just to see if they can straighten themselves out. But you can see the ships and submarines are both heading to this patrol zone. I assume once they actually move to the zone, they will actually they'll do some sort of search pattern probably, and not like just be a straight transit like I would prefer. But are they gonna straighten themselves out? Okay, stop. No, no, they're doing the right thing. All right, right, because the carrier changed course. They're all rotating to stay with the carrier. So actually, I will continue with that for now at the 1x speed. Well, I continue to struggle finding a. Oh, there it is. Select new home base. So let's see if I can do it for the whole group at once. No. That's going to be a bit of a pain, but that's fine. That's fine. All right, so we will select the new home base of not letting us select the base. Whatever. It's not the Oh no, it assigned it. Okay, good. All right. So now there we go. So now we can go down the list and just have them all not return the base. Actually, I wonder how good the pathfinding is. If I just told them to return the base, would they know how to get to the Philippines? Because you gotta take a left hook and to swing around on the left side of the island and then come in and up to avoid the terrain. Nope. Okay? That got carried over. So finally. Perfect. So now they all have a home base. These guys should almost be to their new stations. Yeah, yours is pretty in line. All right. Then I gotta select our non-existent subs. All right, actually pause. That should make them show up at least. Oh, show me fuel and ammo. Not that fuel is relevant for them because, nuclear powered, but uh there we go. Can't set the albacores for some reason. Let's try it now. Nope, it is not letting me. Assigned to patrol. It's probably because I think it's because the since they're below the surface, we technically don't have comms with them. Here. We can change that though real quick. Um there we go. Why does it say it's there when he's supposed to be up there? There we go. So now it's switched over. And now we should be able to assign him his new home base of the military port at Manila. There we go. So it looks like they're taking a. Yeah, they're starting at a slightly different point, which is kind of what I was afraid of, but. I mean, that'll be fine. I probably should have just included them in the Enterprise Carrier Battlegroup, but it's fine. It's fine. I think it'll degrade their. As they do eventually merge, and honestly, I mean, this will be running for like 30 minutes tops, probably before they end up going the other direction. All right, and they're still getting into position. So now, I will pause it though, and I will change the settings back to enable realistic submarine communications. And now we'll just let that play out. So what I want to do is a save point. Actually, they probably could make a direct beeline for Manila. So I want to set up a secondary zone down here. It's going to be kind of the safe area, if you will. There we go. We have that set up. And then if I wanted to, I could probably make reference points and have them navigate into the harbor and dock. But I don't think we're going to go that far. We're going to say that's a safe point because at that point, we'll be out of range of the tiny Chinese missile boats. We'll be out of the range of their land-based, of their shore-based anti-ship batteries. And we should be out of the range of almost all of their tactical aircraft. Even with max range, like it's not that they couldn't get there, but you're looking at lots of drop tanks. You're looking at a ton of midair refueling, I think, to that range, and that's assuming you're taking off from like these coastal bases here. Because this is going to be what 3, 6, about 900 miles away. So at that point, the only thing really that would reach us is the bombers, really, and they're not going to send in bombers alone and unescorted. So, excuse me. So we're going to call that the safe zone, and we're going to set up a new mission here. We will call it escape. And we're going to leave the activation time blank. It is simply going to be ferry mission. Right now it will be inactive. Oh, right. Oh, do they just want one? Oh. Oh. Let us try this again. Otherwise, I'll just do the Sea Patrol thing, since I know that works. We can see it working. Mission editor. Add mission. Escape. Ferry. Inactive. Alright, well, screw you. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, that it. Oh, Oh, that might be why it was a invalid destination. These guys are still selected. Let's deselect those. I wish reference points were a bit easier to work with. I have to add them in one by one. Yeah, there's a shortcut for them, but it's really inconvenient, at least with my keyboard setup. All right, let's try this again. Very inactive. Oh, destination. Yeah, it doesn't like even though I unselected all of those, it still doesn't see a single point as a valid destination. So we will do patrol, sea control. Okay, that's at least an easy fix. Or it should be an easy fix. Reference point manager 7556. There. A polygon. You know what? I'll delete you. And let's delete. Is it just adding reference points now? See, that's what I wanted earlier. Why are you giving me constant reference points now? All right. Delete reference points. Hey, look, we got a satellite coming overhead. There we go. So now we're going to highlight these. Oh, we got 2 zones out of it, I guess. Delete it. So actually, I just want to go over the Chinese side real quick, and we can see they have. Motherfucker, stop making reference points. There we go. All right, I'll change that later. But you can see they've got an optical satellite, and these guys are actually being detected by a bunch of passive radars, actually. Although they do have one satellite, a SIGINT satellite, also detecting them. Possibly, where is that satellite? Yagin 25C. Really? That thing is detecting them all the way out there. Powerful radiation then. And I don't know the range of this optical satellite. I assume it has to fly directly over in order to or at least over within a certain range in order to actually detect them. What that range is, I don't know. But we can see they've detected basically all of the surface ships. And those zones are pretty narrow. If you shot for the center of those zones, your weapon would probably pick up on them at some point. So I just wanted to see that. Now we'll delete you and we'll switch back to the American side here. And I think these guys should be they're almost in position. Let's see here. Edward H. Allen. They got a little ways to go. Reducing speed to regroup 10 knots. Okay. That makes sense. I think they'll probably automatically just go at cruise speed. I can just set it here, group speed cruise. So that's fine. Once they reposition, it'll be all fine. I did want to select these though. Add new mission. Control, C control, escape. It'll be inactive. There we go. So we will assign both of these. Failure unidentified reason. Oh, I know why. Okay. But that's inactive, so they should still be. Nope. Okay, there we go. Just do that. Oops. Cancel. Cancel. There we go. Let it auto generate again. Oh, there, that's cool. See, you can see the course they plotted out. I like that. All right, that's cool. They'll probably need even more. Huh? Oh, these new positions I think are actually closer than their old ones. So that's cool. That's cool. All right. So the mission exists, but we can't assign it yet because they can only be assigned one mission at a time. I was hoping you could queue up multiple assignments and be like, hey, once this mission goes inactive or satisfied or what have you, then this other mission you can turn on. But it seems that you're limited to one at a time, which is fine. Uh, we at least have the mission there. And actually, with how long this took, what time is it? Oh gosh, it's been nearly an hour. Not my most exciting video, I know. But hey, we got them moving. We got them moving information, and we got them moving to do a thing we like. So, what I might end up doing is, ba-ba-ba. Maybe next time instead of, because I'm gonna call it here. I think once the surface fleet finishes reorganizing, I don't care as much about the submarines. But once the fleet finishes getting their shit together, I think I'm gonna call it. And then next time, I was originally going to do Lewis scripting to get this working, but maybe next time I'll just focus on making more missions for the carrier battle group. I think I like that idea. Since now I'm kind of getting the hang of the mission editor, so at least I can walk through that. And similarly, um, or I could make missions for some of the Chinese battle groups before moving on to the aircraft. That might be even better, because obviously the two surface attack groups are just, hey, go here and blow shit up. Well, the Chinese aircraft carrier will be a bit more nuanced. And then that might let us delve into the whatchamacallit, the operation manager. Yeah, that might let us delve into the operation planner, where we can put in multiple missions and then and then kind of bring those all together. I still haven't gotten the simulate thing to work properly, but I'm sure it's fine. So, with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.